back in elementary. Remember puffing on that remedy, specifically fourth grade. Ditch day, chilling with the OGs. Block was lit, early 90s, drive-bys. Every other night, catch a body, dope boys never fight. Basketball, watch out for the ricochet. Moms tried to get me in, but I hid away. Broke family.
What's up, internet? Brian Spillwell here. Another episode. How's everybody doing out there? Just out chilling today, getting a little weekend ride in. You know how it goes. Oh! Whoa! That's a nice start to the video. Oh, the little clip broke. Wow, the whole thing shattered. Okay. So much for that view. The whole thing snapped. Look at that. Alright, so much for 2 views, guys. We're turning it off already. I'm sorry. Okay, what's up, guys? So after that little dilemma, what I wanted to talk to you guys today is about something. It's not really proven. It's more of a theory than anything, and that's it's called parallel universes. I've been getting into this, watching some videos on YouTube, and oh boy, have I took a dive off that conspiracy deep end. If you want to call it a conspiracy, but it's more of a theory, like I said. Have you ever believed in something or remembered something that not only you remember, but a group of people, and not only a group of people, but hundreds and millions of people remember, but it's no longer the same memory? Something's changed? And what I mean by that is there's several examples of this this whole thing called the Mandela effect that all relate to parallel universes, and you know, there's a couple examples out there that, you know, I definitely remember. A lot of people I've been asking do remember, so that's what we're getting into, you know. One of those examples is the whole, you know, Snow White, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Right? Everybody remembers that as a kid. That's what she says, right? Nope. It's not what she says. If you go back and watch the movie today, it says magical mirror upon the wall, something. It's all crazy. It doesn't say anything close to that, okay? Even the books. You go read the text, it's even a more long form than that. So it's not what was said. And that's just one example. Example number 2 is this early 90s movie with the comedian Sinbad, if you guys remember that, where he plays a genie, and it was called Shazam. It came out several years before the movie Kazam with big old Shaq Attack from the Lakers, which, you know, he played a genie too as well. Now, some of you may remember this movie Shazam. I definitely remember watching it. Everyone I've asked has remembered watching it, remember it there being 2, the brother and sister. I don't want to tear his hand off, but one, there's a brother and sister, right? Was with Shazam, and Kazam was just a boy, you know, one boy. So very vivid memory, remembering all this shit, but never happened. Movie doesn't exist, so kind of crazy. I tried looking it up, and there's only like superhero movies now related to it that are made in 2017. And even Sinbad himself has came out and said, I never made this movie. Like, you guys can go ahead and look this up, Snopes it, like, this stuff is everywhere. But people vividly remember this stuff. And another example, you know, which is pretty crazy, and well, is a memory from when I was little. Silence of the Lambs. Hannibal Lecter meets Clarice. It's on t-shirts, it's on everything. I used to, you know, tell girls in junior high and high school to be creepy. I'd be like, hello, Clarice. And I even have that tattooed on me. Like, I have Hannibal Lecter tatted on me. So I remember that. But nope, that's no longer what was said in the movie. In fact, it's never said in the movie at all. when he does finally meet Clarice and greet her, he says just good evening. So this is another example of it. And oh my god, I could go on forever. There's, you know, differences in the Ford symbol where there's a little loop at the end of the F. But if you look at old factory pictures of it and old pictures of it like in newspapers, the Ford logo is not like that. It doesn't have a little curve. It's a very basic straight line. So pretty creepy. Another thing, people just realized, like, what? Ford doesn't have a little squiggly swirl. Oh boy, oh. Yes it does. And the whole thought behind all this analysis basically is, I don't know if you guys have heard about the Hadron Collider. I think it's up in like Denmark or Sweden, somewhere like that. But it's basically, it's this underground thing that goes for miles where they actually, you know, do tests, propulsion tests with particles in, where they try to basically recreate the Big Bang Theory. And, you know, they're crashing all kinds of particles into each other at all times, doing all kinds of, you know, experiments. And I guess supposedly one of these experiments in 2008 did not go as planned. Did not go as planned. They believe, you know, when this happened, they actually, by mistake, discovered this other particle, which they don't know what it is. It was a complete accident why they discovered it. Yeah, so them finding this this molecule, they believe that in 2008, during that experiment, they blew up the universe. But somehow this particle that they found allowed us to jump into a parallel universe. And that's why they said, I forgot, there's some number of reporting of a lot of people dying in 2008. And supposedly those were the people that didn't make it over to the next universe. And it's also said that some of the people here now are new to this universe, and that's why they may not have these memories of the things I'm talking about. Silence of the Lambs, Hello Clarice, Mirror Mirror on the Wall. So they may not even remember that at all. So it's kind of crazy, you know. Like I said, I'm not speaking about it the best for sure. There's these geniuses on there. There's physicists, you know. Just look into one video of parallel universes, or the Mandela effect for that matter, and it'll bring you to a string of things where, like I said, you can comprehend and understand these things a lot better. You know, because I'm barely going into it, and you know, this whole week I've been just kind of infatuated with it. You know, like I said, I've heard of the Mandela effect, but for me that's something that is kind of weird too, because it looks like there was reports of his family mourning his death in the early 90s, and even my coworker Jeff said he could have swore that dude died in jail, and then out of nowhere in the 2000s he's president somehow. I don't know. Don't ask me about it. Like I said, there's definitely some creepy, weird anomalies out there. And the whole basis of, you know, this being a... Whoa, we got an accident? 2 cars on the opposite side of the road? Damn, someone must have been whipping. Like, oh, they jumped over. Oh, they were racing! The turbo Volkswagen! Toretto! Oh, fuck me. They're probably racing and someone lost it. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I guess when we shifted realities, you know, certain things changed, but a lot of things are the same. Almost identically the same, but somehow it's skewed just a little bit. Yeah, but you know, this stuff, it kind of makes sense to me. I'm taking basic physics and biology and all that crap. So, you know, space and time is infinite, right? And then matter and energy can nor be created nor destroyed. It can only be transferred, and there's just, you know, it turns into a different form, just, you know. So if that all makes sense, and that's always been true, E equals MC squared, all these things have always ringed true that we know, then if time doesn't exist, and if energy or doesn't even have an ending or a beginning, and so does energy, do you really even die? That's my question. What if we've died 1,000 times and this is just the new reality where I'm alive, but in an alternate reality I could be dead right now, you know, to my kids, to my family, and my dad could be the one still here alive, my grandma, my grandpa, my uncle, and different variations of that, you know, as well. So that being said, you know, why is that not possible? So that's what has me like kind of tripped out. And like I said, there's so many videos, so many people. I did a little survey on Instagram, even with this Shazam, you know, movie. I said, does anybody remember the movie where Sinbad the comedian plays a genie? I didn't mention the name of it, the year, nothing. Everybody was like, duh, of course I remember that movie. Watched it as a kid. It was the one before Shaq's terrible genie movie. And I was like, cool, everybody, 100%, everybody who is a 80s baby, straight, you know, across the board, remembers Shazam, straight up. So, kind of creeped me out, like I said, to say the least. Alright, internet, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share if you can. Obstacle course.
Hey, pussy boy, bitch, faggot names that they would say. No offense, we would throw fists like a baseball batter, aiming for the fence. Never got high my first time, even though I took a couple hundred hits.